Hello YouTubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Advance with your host, Blue Ankylo. So in between episodes, I spent a minute and traveled around, bought a few spells, just picked up Exit, instantly teleport you all the way out of a dungeon, and Teleport for the Black Mage, which just takes you back one floor. Exit's better, but hey, why not have both? Let's see, what else did we get? Oh yeah. Cecil, as you may notice, is starting to get some magic points. So the knights do unlock up to level 3 magic, but they don't have a huge variety of spells. In fact, they can't even learn 3 different level 3 spells. So I learned sort of the basic ones you can get. And he doesn't even have enough MP to cast them hardly at all, and his intelligence is pretty horrible. But hey, why not? Might as well get him. The, what's he called now? The Master, Sabin, will never learn any, so don't worry about him. So we're pretty much ready to go. We've got our Oxy Ale, and we even did the Waterfall Shrine, or the Waterfall, whatever you call it, cave, just to get a little bit more equipment. There's a couple more spells we could buy. I'm not terribly concerned. You know, does that sound like a good level 7 spell to you? How about that? That would be great on someone who wasn't the Black Mage. But that's a self-target one saber, so not the greatest of spells. Here we go. This one's worth it, though. That's the highest group healing spell. That's actually the reason I brought a White Mage, to learn Heliga specifically. And Null Death? I don't know. Can't remember what the options were. This or Diaja, I guess. I don't know which one's better. As long as we have those protect rings on, we probably won't need it, but why not? Alright, we'll learn something better than Diaja at level 8, so no worries. So, yeah. Well, maybe the dragon has something to say. Amazing! Humans have been honored by the Dragon King. We have. Thank you. Alright, so let's get on with it. Today's episode is brought to you by the rickety barrel to your right. You have Oxy Ale. You are the ones we've been waiting for. Please, save the mermaids. Wait, I thought you were just some girl that was built a barrel. Oh dear, we've met our first spirity ghost thing. Huh. Anyway, let's climb in this creepy looking barrel. It's gonna be a little bit crowded. And down we go. Good thing we brought some Oxy Ale, I guess. And there's fishes. Well, it's a lovely looking place. Looks great. But another location that has some of the best music in the game. Welcome to the Water Shrine. Let's see. There is a couple treasure chests. Oops. Yeah, look at me going the wrong way already. Oh, and white sharks, which are suspiciously purple. There's a couple rooms on this first floor that have some treasure in it, but by treasure I think it's just some money, so it's not that big a deal these days. And you saw the new weapons. Sabin's up to 10 hits, and Cecil's got a nice glowy sword. That's cool. You know, we're doing good. So, see if I can remember where the treasure is. I'm not going to spend too much time, but you'll see lots of new enemies down here. Most of them are just underwater versions of stuff we've already seen. So, sea scorpion, sea troll, blah blah blah. That's that cat claw in action, doing a little bit of damage. I think for the most part, everything you'll meet in this dungeon is weak against lightning. So if you wanted to, this would be a great time to use your gauntlets as an item that automatically casts Thundera. I'm not going to bother too much. I think we've got enough magic MP points. Sea snakes. I don't even think those guys can poison you. It's kind of sad, because I would think water snakes would be especially poisonous. But, yeah, there you go. You do get a lot of, encounter rates. You do get a lot of experience and stuff here. which is nice, you know. You could probably catch up on a lot of levels if you're in a rush, I guess. But, I don't know, none of these monsters are anything you need to worry about. Hey, nice damage for a black mage. And what have we got? We gotta deal with that poison at least. I also gotta sell some of the junk I'm carrying around. You can see I've got quite a lot of items just piling up. Anyway, we're going to the sort of upper right area of this first screen to go to the... Well, okay, I'll explain this level a little bit if you don't know. You start sort of in the middle. You can go down or up, and up will lead you to the Mermaids, whereas down will lead you to the boss, essentially. And we want to go visit the Mermaids first, so... Is there anything? Nah, no treasure. A lot of these rooms were just empty, so no big deal. So now we're on the 4th floor. I believe we started on the 3rd. This is one of those battles. I don't think you can run away from these guys, so... And I know for sure in the NES version you could not. So this was one where you had to kill everything no matter what. And that was kind of a drag. Especially if you don't have a black mage. So there's some Sahagin princes at the back there. I don't think they've got any magic or anything, they're just some dudes. There we go. And some levels up. Now this floor, although that's a bad start, but this floor has some good treasure on it, so it's worth exploring a little bit. To our left, once we exit this battle, you'll see the biggest waste of time in the entire dungeon. It's a really large treasure room, and it's kind of a pain to get into. You have to go all the way around the outside of it and into the middle just to get into it. And for all your trouble, there's nothing. There might be a treasure chest with like 10 gil or something. Totally pointless. So, I wouldn't waste my time with that if I were you. Somewhere around here, there is one monster that's moderately dangerous. It's a, oh shucks, that spell didn't even kill them. Yeah, that's not good at all. I was kind of counting on that spell to kill everybody. There's a ghost, which is, I think, the strongest undead ghosty monster. And I don't know how bad they are in this version off top. Here we are. But in the NES version, these things would just annihilate you. They hit you hard. And I think they're weak against fire, so I've already made one misspeak. Not everything is weak against lightning. The ghosts are fire specifically. Another ambush, wow. I think this is the most ambushed I've ever been in this game. Seems like every second fight or something is out to get me. But look at Sabin, he's finally got his hit points, that's nice. Almost caught up with Rosa. Maybe that's because he's been promoted. And this one's good. Diamond armor, there was something useful. One of the better armors you can get in the game. It might protect you against lightning, I don't know. I wouldn't count on it. But it's got more defensive power than the rest of them, so might as well equip it. Let's see, what else is there to talk about for this episode? We are actually fairly quickly approaching the end of the game. This being the water dungeon, there's also the air one that's coming up shortly. And then the final dungeon, of course. But other than that, there's not a whole lot left. We've sorted out the majority of all the plot and everything, so that's good. Hey, very nice from Phoebe. Let's see what else. We should do those bonus dungeons soon. I'm not sure if I want to start the fire bonus dungeon yet. It's possible at this point in the game you might have a chance, but I want to get some of the treasure from, well, let's say this dungeon and the one after it to help prepare us, because there's some pretty good stuff. Particularly those, you know, I said the ribbon is very valuable. Well, we only have one, and I should be able to get another one pretty soon. Maybe even two more. I can't remember just how hard they are to get, but because they protect you from elemental spells and status ailments and everything, they're very, very handy. Let's see, I think there's something towards the bottom left of this floor. And just gotta struggle our way down. Yep, here's a treasure. Okay, that's it. Time to start running away. Come on, guys. I'm recording here. I don't want to have to fight every few steps. Thank you. Alright. And we get a light axe. Not the greatest of weapons. I don't think it has a whole lot of attack power. Oops, what am I doing here? But it casts Dia Ra, so that's the second level Dia spell, if you use it, which is pretty good. It's better than the one we have. So, you know, if you like that kind of stuff, you could do that. If you equip it though, it's not that great. Not as good as the Ice Sword or the Defender, so wouldn't worry. And again, it'll still only target undead. So in this level, I think the only thing it'll work on is those ghosts. So, you know, a couple more little rooms here. Not sure there's anything really worth our time. These things are certainly getting in the way. Let's see. Once we get to the Mermaids, we will use one of our teleport spells to zip right back to the floor 3. That will save us a little bit of time. They're very handy spells. It's kind of it's unfortunate you have to wait so late in the game to actually get them. The exit and teleport spells, because they're very handy. Especially when you're recording a Let's Play. Mage's Staff, there we go. Another low damage weapon that has a use in battle. I'll demonstrate it very quickly. It casts Fira, except it's probably not even going to get a turn. Yeah, of course not. But it's free Fire 2 Fira spell. So now we've got Lightning 2, Fire 2, Dia 2, you know, all that good stuff. So yeah, like this time I'll try Light Axe and Mage's Staff. These should be fairly effective against ghosts. Yeah, it's not bad. Not the highest damage spell in the game, but for no MP, that's alright. There we go. So I managed to use the 2 new items. Excellent. I'm not too sure about the Confuse spell. I do have another weapon that you can use to cast Confuse instantly. Not my favorite kind of spell. Alright, tons of money. Oh, only a couple steps away. There is one good thing to note. On the next floor, there is no encounters. So you won't have to worry about random battles. So that's good reason to go this direction. If you went on that first floor we started on, if you went to the left instead of the right, you would miss a whole bunch of stuff, I guess. So don't do that. You'll have to come here eventually, but you could have gone down and fought the water boss first, but again, that would be silly. So the 5th floor, the highest floor, has a whole bunch of little rooms with mermaids in them. Oh, my prayers have been answered. I guess, if you're praying for some humans that can breathe water to show up. If the light of the sea is lost, we will turn into sea foam, vanishing forever. Ooh, well, that sounds horrid. Turn into sea foam. Ah, there's some treasure. Money, money. A diamond armlet. Now there's something good. It's probably, yeah, it's better than the Kenpogi for defense. But then you won't get your attack bonus. So, I don't know. For now, I'll just give it to my white mage, just to keep her protected. Diamond armlet, very handy. One of our friends went to see the world above and hasn't returned. I wonder what she's doing. I do hope she's alright. We might have met her once, but, you know, you'd think you'd notice a mermaid on the surface. You can breathe underwater? How? How? Magic. Fairy magic. Some more money. Yeah, there's quite a lot of these rooms, just sort of spread around with mermaids and treasure. Save the sea, yeah. And the water crystal. Well, that makes sense that the water crystal would go in the sea. Okay. Are those the crystals the legends speak of? Just who are you? We're the dudes with crystals, the warriors of light. If the light of the sea is not restored, we will vanish as foam on the waves. Yeah, the mermaids have kind of got a lousy deal here. I don't know, they're hiding on the 5th floor of the water shrine, and if it goes on for too long, I guess they're supposed to just sort of melt or something. While the fiend of water lives, the light of the sea grows ever darker. I didn't know the sea really had light, but I'll take their word for it. They live here. This is the uppermost level of the shrine. The Kraken, the fiend of water, nests on its lowest level. Uh-oh. I've seen what Krakens can do. That's not good. The Mirage Tower stands in the desert on the continent to the east, right? Well, I saw someone go into the tower. I remember hearing the most lovely chiming sound. Huh? You're a mermaid. How the heck did you ever get to the desert that's surrounded by mountains and see something? Crazy. I think these mermaids are full of tales. They're just you can't trust a word they say. Diamonds or mermaids in deserts. That's crazy. And a diamond shield. Thanks. So there is one room we couldn't get to. Did you notice it? Up here. But how could you ever get to that upper right room? It's a mystery, viewers, that only the cleverest will ever solve. You have to go to the left. And surprises of all surprises, you end up on the top right side. It's a wraparound room. Might have stumped you for a little if you didn't know. You obtain the Rosetta Stone. That has way too many syllables to go along with the tune. And a diamond helm. Well, it sounds like we're all pimped out with diamond gear. We do have diamond gloves, but they're not as good as the protect ring anyway, so don't bother. So now we're finished on this level. In fact, we have what did we get? Well, we got this before, a fancy warp cube. Whatever will that be for? I don't know. Looks kind of neat. But we've got our stone, and we've heard that someone could probably teach us. Let's try with teleport. Someone could probably teach us a language if we happen to use that, or give him that stone, I guess. So we'll have to do that eventually. But for now, we've got work to do here. Alright, so we're back on the first floor we started at. And now instead of to the top right, we'll go to the top left. Let's see. Maybe Thundera will kill everything now. Sure would be nice. Speed up these battles. There we go. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting a level up or two, and then you'll be strong enough. Yeah, I gotta get Sabin all healed up there. I don't want him to die again. I think he's the only one that's died, and he's died twice, so it's kind of disappointing. Well, okay, we've had some instant death spells, and we've had some people turn to stone, but you know, that doesn't hardly count. Alright, second floor. Is there anything on this floor? I'm not sure. This might be one of those floors that has nothing on it. There's a couple. The main one with all the good treasure was the mermaid floor, so we already hit that up. There's one more that has one good item, I think? Maybe? Again, it seems these battles were just waiting for Thundera to go off, and that pretty much finishes it up, so... Yeah, this is the one with nothing on it, so you just go up, 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 fight some more of these dumb things. Seems like Rosa never gets a turn anymore. As soon as you want someone to get a turn, it never happens. It's like the rule of the RPG game. Yeah, all the monsters are gonna go first, and then like Vivi will go right before Rosa. Oh, lovely. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yep, Yeah, exactly. The absolute worst way I could have asked for. Alright. A couple little roundabouts here, and we're on the 4th floor again. Just short little levels of nothing very exciting to do. This is a dumb room with nothing in it. Whoever put that in there is silly. And a couple, that's very, very unuseful treasure chests. 500 gil or so. Oh, here's something new. The water elementals. So, they're not as big as, oh, we should be okay. They're not as big as the fire and earth ones, but, I don't know, they're still pretty tough. And a water nega. As usual, when you're fighting an elemental, like fire, earth, and water now, I don't believe you can run away from those either. So, okay, will Rosa please get a turn? I'm glad to see Cecil and Sabin are doing so much damage, but, there we go. Vivi can kill a shark. Good job. Alright, so we're back on the 2nd floor again, but this time there'll be a couple rooms with some stuff to explore. Alright, some money. Might have been a tile battle, I'm not 100% sure. Actually, yeah, I'll show you a little thing. She'll cast heal, and my black mage will use the healing staff. And assuming they both get a turn, you'll be able to see who heals the most. So, this is just to emphasize what I mentioned earlier. So that's 55 to 60, I'd say. And the white mage heals 50-ish. So, I don't know, not a huge difference, but essentially that black mage is a little bit better at healing. So, that's kind of neat to know. So if you really want to use your items to their best effect, it's pretty much the black mage is the one you should use. Here's a big treasure room. Probably more water elementals, yeah. Well, we can handle this. I do recommend buying that cat's claw. You can see the improvement in damage, you know. Your black mage won't catch up with the warriors, but he'll be able to hold his own a lot better. Ah, the giant's glove. Now that's a good piece of item, a good equipment. There you go. Uses saber. So its defense and protection isn't that great, and you probably wouldn't want it to be on one person anyway, because as it is, anyone could use it in battle, and that will cast on them, the one that uses it, the spell Saber. So basically, someone like Cecil could use Saber on himself, and that would increase his attack power by a pretty significant margin, really. So now when we fight bosses, one of the first things we'll have to do is have Cecil and Sabin use a giant's glove. So that's good, and I think this is something good too. Not 100%, but probably something good. I can see we're starting to take some damage, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of healing after this, I think. Even with all of Cecil's great armor, he's still getting beaten up a bit. Seven hits. We're actually, interestingly enough, we're approaching the... Oh, nothing that great. We already have one of those. We're approaching the point of maxing out our attack multipliers, unfortunately. You can only get 7 hits. Well, okay, sorry. You can get 8 hits maximum with your regular attack. That means Sabin gets 16 at max, because he gets 2 for every one that you normally get. Although that also doesn't count in haste doubling your attacks. So anyway, point is, right now, 8 hits will be the highest you can do just normally. With the haste spell, it will double it to 16. And I suppose that means Sabin max is 64, I guess. I'm not 100%. That sounds crazy. No, 32. Sorry, what am I thinking? Cecil with haste is 16, Sabin with haste is 32. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. Math and Final Fantasy at the same time. Alright. Ah, the last big treasure room. And of course we get another fight. Let's see. Now, I could be wrong about the not being able to run away thing. I'm 100% sure these fights on the NES you can't, so you know, I'm assuming that's carried over. The ribbon, very good, very good. So right now, Rosa has one. I'm actually going to give the second one to Sabin, although it lowers his defense. I believe he has the weakest magic defense, so by giving him that, that should help out a bit. And Vivi, although he could use a ribbon as well, so could everyone. I mean, Cecil would like one too, but like Vivi has low hit points, he could use it. But I think Vivi has just naturally the highest magic defense of them all, just by virtue of being a black mage. The first one went to Rosa simply because now she can't be turned to stone, and thus sort of killing the party by killing your healer. So, the first floor, the bottom of the water shrine. If I am going the correct direction, and I hope I am, this is a fairly short floor. There's no treasure. I don't think there's anything at all that's worth traveling around. Uh-oh, I think I went the wrong way. Oh, maybe there is treasure. What's this? Fell for it again. It's probably one thing I do every time again. Mostly you want to head to the left and eventually downwards, but I went down too quick. So yeah, like I was saying, we're on the bottom floor of the shrine and there's no more loot to be had. Not a whole lot to do really other than find the boss. So as you can see, this isn't the most difficult of dungeons. I don't know if it's particularly mazy. There's some maze-like aspects, one may say, but you know, it shouldn't take too long for you to work your way through. I'm going sort of the shortest. Actually, what am I doing? Run, 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 kill them. Let's see who goes first, because usually Vivi goes last, it seems. So now all the scorpions go first, of course, and then someone runs away. So good. And once you see this room, you're almost done. You just work your way up and out this other side. And kill off some more sea trolls and sea snakes. Not the most imaginative, I suppose. But, hey, who's complaining? Not me. So, one last room. What could be inside? Another crystal, another orb. So I think we'll be fine. I don't foresee any problems with this fight at all. Although it is a Kraken, maybe I should be careful. Alright, that's lots of hit points, and we'll save it up. The Sunken Shrine. I keep getting the name wrong, don't I? You humans do impress. I would have not thought to see you here. Uh-oh. The Kraken. That has a cloak. It's a cloaked Kraken. But, do you really think you can defeat the Fiend of Water here in my own domain? Fools! These dark depths shall be your tone! Boss fight! Alright, so, this is going to be the way I do this fight. I definitely need to sell some junk. We go Giant's Glove, we go, I think we're going to go Invisora first, and we're going to Haste at the same time, so a little bit of buff. Yeah, 8 hits. This guy, you know, he's got 8 tentacles, so he's not afraid to use them. Alright, so that should help. Should be a bit harder for him to see us. If the spell Invisora is messing up the sprites for the recording, I apologize. I'm not 100% sure on just how Fraps catches frames, so it might not look correct. They're supposed to just be blinking really quickly, not disappearing entirely. And Haste up the other one. This should pretty much, I don't know, might be enough to just one-shot Kraken anyway, who knows. There we go. He still does pretty good damage, but with Protect and Invis on everyone, we should be doing okay. And I'll even use our big spell just to show you. And I think I won't bother using Temper, I'll just Thundaga, because it should work pretty good. Ink. Oh, that's kind of a pain. If it works, I'm not sure. Supposed blindness. If you have a ribbon, you'll be immune to it. We'll see if it makes a difference on the next turn, if we get a turn. Ah, who needs a turn? So that's how you quickly defeat the Kraken. Hooray! Yeah, these bosses aren't that hard if you do my little trick with haste and saber and all that. Ah, the water crystal. It's shining! We've restored it to grace. So we dance. Hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. Well, that wasn't too bad. And of course, at the Lifespring Grotto, now that our cloaked Kraken has been defeated. I guess there is a mermaid there. She wasn't part of the original game, so she's not the one that the other mermaids were talking about that left. You have to really read between the lines to figure out the other mermaid. What happened to her. Huzzah! 3 crystals complete. I don't know if there's anything new they'll talk about here. She sure likes her legs though. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Wonder where she got those legs from. Is there anything else? I really don't think there's anything new here. She's suspicious of people with legs, so that's kind of interesting. We did the caravan. there's probably nothing left to talk to. We're so far into the game that there's not really going to be anything new. So, I think that will wrap up this episode. We managed to... Well, you can tell what we have to do next. You have the Rosetta Stone. You must take it to my brother Una immediately. Well, we'll get there, don't worry. That's where we need to go next. If you had gone to the town of Lufinia, or whatever they call it, the only one we didn't go to yet, you would find that you couldn't understand anything they said. If you remember the air bonus dungeon, the one guy said Lali, Lufa, Umpa, something or other, that's what they would all say if you went to the other town. So that's why I kind of avoided it. There's not really a whole lot of purpose to go there early. But we'll get there next episode. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed again this Let's Play of Final Fantasy I Advance. So I'll see you again for the next episode, and have a great day.